Did we get it? Are we on? Did we get it? Did we get it?
We are live,
Hi,
yes.
hi,
Hi.
We're here.
hi.
Hi, everybody. I look orange. I'm sorry. I don't know why I look so orange right now.
I look pale, but I'm not in real life. Oh, well.
Yeah, I don't understand what's going on. What are you doing? What's going on with you?
Me?
Yeah, I know what's going on with Rafa. When did we meet?
So I
don't remember.
I think probably at TOMFest, maybe Cornerstone. So my first Cornerstone was 1996. Five Iron Frenzy started in 95. And the guys went in 1995, but I hadn't officially joined. Well, I kind of joined, but I couldn't go because I was going on a mission trip in Mexico, of course, with a youth group. So so 96 was my first Cornerstone. And then that same year, I think 96 or 97, we went to TOMFest.
Wow.
Was there TOMFest 96 and 97?
Yeah.
I remember 97.
I don't remember. Maybe it could have been Cornerstone. I'd only gone to Cornerstone 2 or 3 times. I can't remember what years, but that's interesting. Did you have fun at TOMFest? What was your takeaway?
Oh my gosh. Several TOMFest ideas and memories. But the first one was going up, this is bad, but climbing up that long way with Lewis from Dear Ephesus at the time, who's such a Brooklyn dude, right? New Yorker. And he's like, I'm going to die. Where are we going? I'm going to die. I've never been in the woods. And going up there and people are jumping down, Yeah. And the year that I was there, it was like the Squad 5-0 guys, the NIV guys, me, and this chick got hurt that year.
It was Carmen, right? Didn't Carmen?
I don't remember her name, but I remember holding her up in the water for like almost an hour with some other musicians trying to distract her while paramedics came. But it was like still a fun memory because she was happy and she had a good attitude about it. It was just like, dang, I got hurt, but I get to meet all these amazing musicians.
Greeley from the Rock and Roll Worship Circus and on and on. He went up there too and jumped off. And
I remember when he got hurt.
Really bad. But there were some falls at TOMFest that you could hike back up to and jump off of, and if you did it right. But some people didn't do it right.
I never did it because I was up there the first time when they got hurt, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, nope, it wasn't for me. Yeah, I remember them going back up in there and trying to pull people out of there.
My other TOMFest memory is sleeping in a hot van and waking up maybe at 6 a.m. to a drum circle, which God bless hippies, God bless them, but no, after late nights dancing and performing and playing, who wants to wake up to a drum circle early in the morning? Yeah. Not me.
The hardcore at 10 a.m., that was just, after a while, oh man, that was difficult for me. Mornings were hard. I remember one couple come out, they come ripping out of their RV or something because there was these campers that were, making loud noise at 2 o'clock in the morning. They were like some EDM music or something. And they came out of there, what the heck is going on? It's just too loud and everything. I'm like, you're at a music festival,
Yeah.
You're here. This is what we do here.
What I liked, sorry, I was just going to say last thing, I got to say it. This is important. What I love about TOMFest is you guys had 2 stages. Didn't matter how big of a band you were. Didn't matter how small you were. That felt so legit. And no merch cut. Thank you for those things.
I just went, playing in bands and going and having that experience. I knew what I guess band people would want, instead of what promoters wanted. But I wore both hats, I guess. You guys, Five Iron Frenzy, you guys left a Christian label. You're not on a Christian label anymore. How does that?
It ended. I mean, so in 2003, we broke up on good terms. We decided to break up because we'd been in the band since 95. So some people were married. Some people wanted to have kids. Some people like me were going to college, wanted to try a new life, right? Your first life. You'd been in Five Iron since you were like right out of high school. I joined in high school. So on good terms, we broke up in 2003. I don't know when 5 Minute Walk ended, but sometime it ended. And then we got back together in 2011 with only one band member change. And it says 95, we've had one band member change. So there is no label.
Was there a difference being on 5 Minute Walk and kind of having to, be under that umbrella and then doing it yourself? What are the differences between those two things?
I mean, the good news was we were one of the first bands to use Kickstarter. And so we asked for like $30,000 for 3 months, and we raised over 200,000 after all
Yeah.
was said and done, and we raised 30,000 in less than an hour.
Yeah.
So our fans had grown up, the nerds, to get, good jobs. We're nerds too. I mean, we're stock. Come on.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing is the lack of censorship, which I do appreciate. I loved 5 Minute Walk. No, I have nothing bad to say about 5 Minute Walk. They were legit. They were real. They weren't, you talk a lot about these labels that are, just no freedom. It wasn't that, but it's just even nicer to be adults and be treated like adults and have no censorship on our lyrics, I would say primarily.
I worked for 5 Minute Walk for a while and did A&R and helped at the Scream sometimes. Worked for Frank for quite some time.
Cool.
So,
Frank is awesome. I love Frank.
Yeah, good too. He's awesome. I was also
right. Leanor?
Yeah, Rafa, I think I met you at shows at the Scream and in the Bay Area, and we we instantly hit it off and became friends and hung out outside of music stuff. Just lots to do, lots to hang out. Just core little groups of friends that have alternative Christian music in style.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing now? 5 Iron. You guys are playing out. I see that there's sprinklings of shows all the time. So, are you guys going to tour like a full-on type of tour, or are you guys just going to do your one-offs?
Yeah. So we call them flyouts. So they're not consecutive dates because we all have jobs, right?
Right.
And so, but probably about once a month, sometimes every couple of months, but usually lately it's been once a month. From a Thursday night to a Sunday night, we are the band. So we fly out on a Thursday night, Friday, around 3, get at the venue, do a little sound check practice, which is not everybody lives in Denver. 5 of us live in Denver, so we practice and record it and send it to the other guys. But we play a Friday and Saturday night usually, and they're, drivable, like LA, San Diego, Portland, Seattle, Oklahoma City, Dallas. So we're still going to keep doing that. We had a long run where we were opening for MXPX, which was rad, very rad. And we also play with, this term, and I hate using this term, but in this context, it makes sense. Secular ska bands. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we always played with those bands. So like Mephistopheles, Pilfers, Mustard Plug, playing with all the back in the day bands. So we're going to still keep doing it. And we've put out since 2011, we put out 2 albums, and I think they're our best.
Are you working on new material?
We always are, but it always takes a long time because of the distance. We will probably never not work on material, but I think it was 7 years between our 2 releases.
Oh, wow.
And we are a democracy and we all write together. So it takes a long time.
Oh my gosh. Especially
but without a label, you never feel any rush. It's like, well, when we get there, we get there.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
How was Furnace Fest for you guys?
Well, the first time we played it, it was a shit show. And that was our fault because we use in-ear monitors.
Yeah.
And we assumed that we could get it figured out really quickly. They give you a short amount of time when you get up there, the other band done. You know how it was with TomFest. There's a couple stages.
Sure.
So we didn't get it done in time. So the crowd's waiting and we're not ready. So finally we just looked at each other and said, scrap the songs we're not sure about, change the set. Let's just go without in-ears and go to monitors. And so it was the most punk rock rad show, but we didn't play some of our songs. So the second time we came through, because we did Furnace Fest twice, we got there early, like 10 in the morning. It takes us about an hour to set up all our gear. We had an amazing sound check. So that time, boom, it was rad. It was at night. There were the fountains. It was so good. Biggest mosh pit. Loved it.
That's awesome. A lot of our friends have gone back and played Furnace Fest, and I got to go this last year and walk around and see all old faces and stuff. It was really cool to see all these people out there. A lot of guys like you guys have played with some other old school bands. Who else is kind of getting themselves back on the scene?
Yeah.
Goaty Hook is doing shows.
Yeah. At Furnace Fest, I saw Goaty Hook played and Dogwood played. So when I was booking, I booked I'm not the promoter or anything, but I help get the opening bands for 5 Iron. I get to do that. So first thing I was like calling Goaty Hook, like, do you want to do some shows? And we just did shows with them.
That's fantastic.
And same with Billy Power of Spoken in Tongues.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, they opened for us too.
Oh, sweet.
Dogwood couldn't do it because of their schedule. But we also played with Craig's brother. I think that was last year.
Rafa, do you remember those guys? Yeah.
That was fun. And then recently here in Denver, 90 Pound Wuss played a show and I helped set that up. So
That's
bands
awesome.
are coming out of the woodworks. It's really, really fun. There's some that I would still love to see though. And dude, TOMCON, tell me, so is Full Denver or Mortal going to do any music?
Yes.
I'm the biggest fan. I'm such a fangirl.
You have to click on his picture and ask him a question or tell him something. But yeah,
he knows me. I asked Jerome to sign an autograph to Jeff the Girl from his best friend to his best friend Jeff the Girl, and I still have that from before I was in 5-iron.
One of those guys used to cut my hair on tour. Somebody used to bring clippers with them and
that's nice.
I remember that. I can't remember which one it was. So speaking of TOMCON, we roped you into being a moderator. What are your expectations? What are you thinking about?
Well, I like to talk, so that's good. And I think I have a pretty good, for a long time I've done a lot of things on stage, I'm comfortable on stage. And also working, because I worked at Scum of the Earth Church, I can work with a crowd that needs to be kind of silenced. I can, be like, next, not giving the mic away, but ask questions, right?
Yeah.
And having a perspective of fan plus artist.
Speaking of that, that's where my heart comes from. Is I'm a fan. My biggest thing was I always just wanted to expose people to the music that I love. As a fan, coming into it, what are you most looking forward to? Or is there who do you fan out about other than Gyro and
Javelina, the band Javelina Rail Company? It's amazing.
Awesome.
Twin Sister was a big 5-iron phenomenon, like quoted nonstop. I think some of the under the radar kind of groups, like obviously the Halo Friendlies were huge to me. I think we went on Warped Tour with them one year.
Wow.
Also really love to see Brian Gray. Like there's certain people, Mark Solomon, certain people that were, the first of the first before us, right? And then you also have the crew. One of the things, and I will say this, Mikee and Rafa, and this is huge, right? Sometimes you can't remember how insane our lives were till you ask someone else and go, was that real?
Yeah.
Like, did we really do that? Did we really, walk up that hill and jump in the water? Did we really ourselves make these massive festivals? Did we really, whatever these crazy things are that we did? Like, it's a testimony of this is too crazy. No way.
I didn't.
Right.
I keep talking to my daughters because they are now older than I was when I started TomFest.
Yeah.
I'm looking back going, I'm just kind of, gauging how they are and what they're doing in life and what their kids their age are doing in life. And yeah, there's some people doing some stuff, but man, we did a whole bunch of stuff. Like you said, crazy stuff.
I want to say this too, like a lot for 5-iron anyway, we did it sober.
Yeah, totally.
Really. We were legalistic and that's fine. Like I like a drink now and then now, but we were like on our own. One thing people don't realize, and a lot of the conversations these days, and hope I'm not going too deep, but it's all about, deconstruction, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of that happens because a lot of people felt pressure from the outside in or from the top down to behave a certain way. We had none of that. We ourselves were legalistic to ourselves.
Yeah.
So we decided, we made, no rated R movies, no smoking, no alcohol, no, all these things that we chose. We had pastors, spiritual leaders, but they weren't telling us not to be ourselves. We did that. And so there's this idea of like, I feel like for me, I never felt this like, oh my gosh, quit, telling me what to do spiritually. I wanted to do all that spiritually, which kind of helps now as I'm older. I feel like, no, I don't have to deconstruct from those kind of things because, in some ways my spirituality was my choice.
Yeah. I did the same thing with music. Like I didn't, my parents didn't say you can only listen to Christian music. I did it to myself. Like I wanted that to be a thing, but I also, something different than being legalistic. When you're from Portland, I was living in Portland at the time, you can't be legalistic and be in a band. I mean, smoking and cussing. And we were just very, very progressive, I guess you could say. We got in trouble a lot on tour because we were smoking, not weed, And we didn't
No,
drink.
I know.
It
Yeah.
was just smoking cigarettes. Oh man, we got.
Well, I lit up a cigarette in the back of the van once when I first joined Five Iron. All the guys turned around and said, "We don't smoke," and I was like, "We as in Five Iron, or we as in Christians?" And they're like, "We just don't." And I was like, "I quit. That's it. Okay, then we don't."
Wow. Yeah. When did you said you joined right after high school?
Well, I joined when I was in high school, but we couldn't tour anything yet. So Micah, our guitar player, Brad, our trumpet player, and me, the sax player, we all joined our senior year of high school in 1995 and I started driving up to Denver, about an hour away from the country where I lived, to the countryside where I lived, to practice. And then we started playing shows 95. And we got signed 96 to 5 Minute Walk.
So you're in high school and you're playing, saxophone. And are you thinking in your head, I got to get in a band? Or did you just happen upon it?
I was that weird spiritual chick. I had a mohawk back then and really punk, really punk, right? Like safety pins, nose rings. And I'd been a punk since I was like 15, like Exploited, No Effects, Social D. Like I was a punk chick. I didn't know Christian music. I didn't grow up in church world. Didn't know Christian music.
Okay.
No, but my second cousin is Micah. And he was in Exhumator with Reese and Keith, which was a Christian band, Exhumator. And so I started going to their shows, and Reese, was a singer with long blonde hair, looked like Sebastian Bach.
Wow.
Right. And all the girls thought he was super hot. Not me. And so,
he is super hot.
And so Micah was like, "We're making a side project ska band, kind of like No Effects and Less Than Jake. Would you want to be it? You play sax in, marching band." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, I love Skank and Pickle. I love ska. I knew ska bands, right?" And I was like,
Wow.
"Sure." And then they're like, do you love the Lord?" And again, not really coming from that world, but also being like, for what it's worth, I don't know what it means, but I love the Lord. Yeah, I'm, Foursquare Mexican Pentecostal. Sign me up.
Right.
So, but I didn't know. So the first time I went to Cornerstone, I was so weirded out. I was like, yeah, seeing the goth tent, hearing the dance warehouse, seeing rap and all this. And I was like, this is Christian music.
Right.
This is amazing. This is insane. All I had kind of heard of was Amy Grant and Carmen's The Champion for Easter.
Yeah.
So I didn't know there was real Christian music. So I had a lot to learn.
I pinch myself still because for myself as a 16-year-old kid in his room listening to music, staying away from anything secular, only Christian music because I was a good Christian kid. Just the joy of listening to all the stuff that was coming out of Orange County, so close to me. And I got the first wave of all of this. Like, what is this? Is that, there's no way this is Christian music. No way. And it was. And be able to show somebody that with pride and go, you got to listen to this band. These guys are awesome, just as awesome as your band. I loved doing that. That's the whole reason Tom Fest was a thing or anything I ever did. I loved finding really good Christian rock or alternative or whatever. Loved it.
Or OC Supertones. Like pretty much right off the bat, we started playing a lot of shows with them. And it was funny because when we first started, again, I didn't know anything about this world. And someone was like, "Oh, there's another Christian ska band and they're about to get signed. We got to get signed first." And it was almost like this competition. And then unfortunately, people started getting wind of this competition. And so what we did at Cornerstone is we were like, they played one day, we played the next day. And then we were like, let's share a set. So you play 3 songs, we play, so we can be like Christian ska unity, right?
Wow.
And we love them. Like,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what other Christian skas out there too? There was the Insiders. And
Dogwood. I mean, not Dogwood. The Dingies. The Dingies.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had those guys in too. Yeah. That's awesome. I never thought I would make a record or be able to be in a band, but I always dreamed about wanting to be in a band, specifically a band. Didn't matter what I was doing in it, just a band.
I don't know if I wanted to be in a band. I wanted to be on stage though, for sure. But thinking saxophone, it's like saxophone is not cool.
Yeah.
It's not cool. I used to go to school an hour early so that my mom would take me so I wouldn't ride the bus and no one would see my old tweed saxophone case.
Wow, really?
I was embarrassed. Yeah, it wasn't cool. And I never thought. Yeah, I think ska in the 90s made horns cool, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. I think there's something to that.
Did you take lessons before that? Had you been playing for a long time, or was it just a high school thing?
No, you know what's cool about my life is my mom was in college and at night school, and my dad we had a music room growing up. So our den, my dad, he's awesome. So, and it looked like a bar because he chain smoked and he had like some of those bar neon lights, like the Miller, the champagne of beers with the lights from bars. And then we had like trumpets, saxophones, percussive instruments, and we would jam piano, Motown. We would jam. Starting at 9 years old, I picked up the horn with my dad, and we even had like Motown moves, right? Like the Four Tops. So that's how I started. But when I joined Five Iron, I sucked. So we had a mission statement as a band, and in there was we had to have musical integrity. So the guys came to me and were like, well, musical integrity is in this, Leanor. So the band is going to pay for your sax lessons.
Wow.
Yeah. It didn't hurt. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine.
And it worked out. Those worked great for you. You loved it. Did you?
I only needed a few, but I mean, I knew what they were saying. I got it. I mean, you're 18, dude. You're 18, and it's the first time recording, and I'd never been in a studio either, and that costs money.
Yeah.
So it's the kind of thing like, if you can't do it, are we going to have to get session musicians? And I'm like, I've only been in this band like 6 months. Ouch.
Well, it worked out.
I don't know what in tune is. This is very hard. This is before Pro Tools. This is before digital. This is on tape. It costs money.
Yeah. Yes, I still have some tapes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But it is time's money in the studio. Like some of my friends would go in the studio and write songs in the studio. And I'm like, we don't got time for that.
You have the money for that. You have time for that.
Song's got to be ready to go, and you got to do it in 2 takes. Got to go.
And you know Misaki, right?
Yeah.
Misaki that produced our albums. Thank God he was hard on us. He'd be like, horns, you're recording. Reese, go upstairs in a small room and write those lyrics. We got 2 weeks to put out an album. Upbeats and Beat Downs was written and recorded. Well, it had already been mostly written, but, really manufactured in 2 weeks.
Wow. Masaki's awesome. I tried to get him to come to TOMCON, but I think he's busy. But Dime Store Profits, right?
Oh, yes. He's the reason we got signed.
Yeah,
we were playing Vision Fest, and he called on a payphone and called Frank and said, you got to sign these guys.
That's awesome. I did that same thing for Black Eyed Siva. I gave Frank a tape, and I'm like, dude, you have to sign these guys.
Model Engine. So Jeremy's going to be there, right?
Yes.
Yep, he's going to be there.
I love Jeremy. That's the other thing about 5 Minute Walk that I loved is we had spiritual retreats. Yep. And so, like the guys in Dime Store, the guys in, Model Engine, Sherry Youngward, a lot of these people, the Electrics, I could go, the W's eventually, we would have, all of us would be flown to Alaska or somewhere, and we'd have, 3 or 4 day in-depth with our spouses spiritual retreats.
The one I went to was just up in the hills down here.
Oh, was it? We probably didn't have as much money then. More people, that's why.
Yeah. When I went, there was a couple of them, and they were up in the forest somewhere. Mm-hmm. But there's not too many people there. A few bands. Right. But it was cool to bring everybody together so that you're on the same page and just chill out, hang out with each other. There was the spiritual end of it too, but I appreciated that he brought everybody together on the label.
Well, it makes you work better if you know each other.
And it makes you feel like you're all equals. I liked that. Yeah. I appreciated that. So 5 Minute Walk was good to me. Really Twin Sister was on 5 Minute Walk for 5 seconds.
Twin Sister, I don't know what the deal was, but there were certain cult status bands in 5 Iron.
Yeah.
Rose Blossom Punch, Roadside Monument, Twin Sister. There were certain bands that, like, for us, obviously the Crucified. I really liked Head Noise, and I also really liked Officer Negative because the punk stuff. So there are just certain bands that, like, they shaped your lyrical world. Like, Over the Rhine. Like, some of these bands you would never know that we're obsessed with. We'd be like stupid little scruffy punk rockers, but we're like, oh my gosh, those are the guys in like this band. And even though you're in the same kind of echelon of bands, you're still looking at them like, oh my gosh. They're so cool.
Well, the last three bands you mentioned, the Crucified, Head Noise, and Officer Negative, we have band members from all those guys coming to TOMCon,
I
which
can't
you
wait.
are a moderator. Again, let's get back to you're going to be a moderator. We're super
Sure.
excited about that part.
Yeah.
All of us that are going to be asking questions, we've got lots of research to do. Is there anybody in particular that you want to ask a question of, or you hope to be on your panel?
I mean, I think the Mortal stuff is cool. Mortal and Folds Endura, just partially lyrically, the depth of it, the theological depth in their songs, but also because there wasn't a lot of music from that scene. Like I was really into like Bauhaus, Front 242, Skinny Puppy. Like I have industrial goth background too, you know? And so to find that music was, they almost held their own space in that world. Like there's a handful of bands, but that was one that was, you know, and that's the other thing, like you kind of said, is we can't take it for granted that some of these Christian bands actually started to influence the secular market too.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, they still do. There's certain bands that still do.
Yeah. It's weird now. I kind of have looked around for a Christian scene like we used to have, if there is something in existence like that. And I don't see it. I can't find it anywhere. There's little pockets of people, but like we had it before, where you just have just this ocean of good and bad bands, but lots and lots of good bands. There was so much talent there.
I think part of the reason now is it didn't really make sense because we weren't going by genre. We were going by Christian. So here's Five Iron and then MC Hammer on main stage. We know now this makes no sense, but people would be into it because it's like, and the one thing I don't know a lot about, I'll be honest, as a moderator, and I'm not saying don't throw me to the wolves, but please, I don't know a ton about Christian metal. Like I like Christian metal, but like the guys in my band love Christian. Yeah, don't put Leanor in the Christian metal because I like it and I appreciate it, but I knew the punk more. I like the idea of social justice or lyrics. I'm more of a lyric girl than a music girl. I love the idea of living in Christian community or even intentional community, different careers, all this different stuff kind of behind the scenes is fascinating to me. But the metal, I don't know as well.
Well, one thing that we're for sure going to highlight is the women in our community, because they don't get that often, and it's kind of a sea of dudes. But
you're telling me, really? You're telling me this?
But we're going to have a women's panel, and you're going to be the moderator of our women's panel, which would be super fun. There's going to be some great people on that panel. Not just that too, but we also have ladies that are going to be at other panels too. But we're definitely going to have that one, and I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be extraordinary. Yes. I have taken way too much of your time. And I appreciate so much that you're coming, and some of the characters we've talked about are going to be there too, which is awesome. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm super excited about it.
Yes.
It's like a high school reunion, and then it is like a VIP meet and greet.
And a summer camp reunion.
It's just going to be fantastic. A lot of signatures and photographs and hugs and all that good stuff. So
absolutely.
Can't wait for it.
Yeah, it'll be good. I'm very excited. It's going to be fun. And this is what I do when I see people that I haven't seen in like 20 years. I go, oh, hi, it's you.
I'm going to make name badges for us.
Yes, please. Or a picture when they were young. Oh, you had hair. I don't recognize you.
That's right.
I'm the worst.
The high school reunion, have the old picture there. Yeah, we should.
Most popular.
Right.
All right, love you guys.
Hey, thank you so much.
Bye,
Can't wait to see you in person.
All right, see you guys soon.
Okay, bye.
Ciao.
Bye.